All right, let's do a show. Why don't we?
All right.
I can't, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm like, what is all this noise? And it's Peepaw's phone going. I'm like,
Colby, turn off your phone. Like, wait a minute.
it was mine.
Oh, I was like,
I'm sitting there trying to figure out what all the background sound is, and it's my phone because I'm old apparently. What? What?
finally a man, apparently.
You sound like a grumpy old man.
What? What do you want?
What do you need?
Oh, wait.
And now I'm a people.
Wait. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Hoot Hobbs Show. I am your host, Hoot Hobbs. With me, as always, Mr. BT Brennan Torres.
Hey.
My right-hand man to the left, C. Wizzle.
Hello.
All right. So we can do our thing. Let's do our thing. Like, I pretty much decided, I was like, you know what we need to do? We need to just let the people who are going to watch us feel like they're the fourth person sitting in shooting the breeze with us.
Yeah.
Well, so we just talk about stuff. Because we're like, at this point, I'm topicked out. I'm like, we can talk about COVID if you want to, but like, I don't want to. I'd rather
cover the stuff that's in the news. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's all the same old crap.
Exactly. So
people getting sick.
yeah.
Cowboys are out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
No
First
one-
round.
no one
First
was
round.
upset
Hey,
about
hey,
that.
thank you, Dallas,
That was
for
predicted.
never letting us down.
On a bonehead finish, of
Hey,
course.
that 1 star is not a logo. It's a rating.
No kidding. I look, you guys know I'm diehard, but
So
I'm,
Yelp rating at this point.
yeah, they're so bogus, man. And everyone's making a big deal about it was that last play. And don't get me wrong, on Monday morning, I was last playing it. That last play, man, it was bogus. We could. The truth of the matter is, if they'd have come out and played in the first half, they would have beat the pants off of. I don't know why there was a long S in front of pants, but spants maybe.
It just spanked them.
Yeah, maybe that's where I was going with. Anyway, they would have beat the pants off of the 49ers. The 49ers are an average team.
Yeah.
And
They
the
wouldn't have
Dallas
took the pants off,
Cowboys
they'd have beat the
are
pants
a
off.
really good team that cannot get the wheels turning before the second half most of the season.
Yeah, or the playoffs. They still got their training
Well,
wheels on.
yeah, I would say playoffs. Playoffs? We'll be lucky to win a game. But y'all talk
Spot on.
Yeah. But with a record like what we had, to lose out in the first round, as embarrassing of a loss as it was, we deserve it. Like, I'm sorry, we deserve it. I'm a realistic fan. I wanted great things, but we earned it.
No, absolutely. This whole season, we just sensed that this was going to be the outcome. C. Wayne was telling us week in, week out, you guys are getting all excited for nothing.
Beating NFC East don't mean
That's
nothing.
what he kept saying. You're beating the Eagles. You're beating the Giants. You're beating that Washington team, whatever the hell they
The
are.
Big 12, you know.
Exactly right.
Yeah, every week he'd say it, and then here we are.
Still,
Anyways,
all
Frisco,
upset.
man.
At least Arkansas
Frisco.
finished the year strong.
They did, and had a pretty strong game last night. Well, had a strong second half last night.
Yeah.
First half looked pretty bogus, but the second half looked good, man. Actually looked like Arkansas basketball. Like, looked nice.
Look, top 25.
And I got tickets to the A&M game,
Doodah.
Yep. So I'm going up on the hill on Saturday.
The Hill. Oh, Fayetteville.
Yeah. Me and my wife, we're gonna go.
You're going to go Fayette chill?
Being fed on, bro. No, that one doesn't work.
No.
Fayette chill then. Bogus. Anyway,
See, Fayetteville, North Carolina just sounds so cool whenever J. Cole raps about it in his
yeah.
songs. And
You're like, yeah, Fayetteville. I'm like,
Yeah.
not the same place,
not
bro.
the same, man.
It ain't hard.
Yeah.
Anyways, what about you talking about? Speaking of hard, people that eat fruitcake. People that eat fruitcake.
Oh yeah. We kind of we're having conversations today about the Diet Coke people, and he was like fruitcake people. I was like, no, see, fruitcake people who will take a bite and be like, it's really good. I think I've finished
Humor
that.
someone, right?
I would say, my gosh, those people are the people Diet Coke people have nightmares about.
There's a seat next to you, if not higher than the person below.
Okay, for instance, do you remember the Shrek video he showed you last week?
I haven't stopped thinking about it since he showed it to
Yeah.
me.
The video that shall not be named.
Yes, Shrek is love.
It haunts
Shrek
my
is
nightmares.
life.
So,
As it should.
if that Shrek had another Shrek, it would be
The one that ate fruitcake.
Yeah, it'd be the one who ate fruitcake.
That one was just a Diet Coke drinking Shrek.
Yeah, that's a Brandon Shrek.
And then that Ellis, the dude Ellis in the video, that was just some cashmere wearing dude drinking Diet Pepsi.
Yeah.
Nothing hard.
My God.
Real soft.
Cashmere
real soft.
wearing.
Real soft.
I'm grateful that the audience really doesn't know what we're talking about.
Well, they should. They'd be blessed.
Don't. No.
I do not
Anyway.
condone watching that unless you want to be scarred. Man,
For real, like bad.
I can't think of Left 4 Dead 2 without imagining Shrek now being the jockey that rides me.
Hey, we put the headphones on. Or take them off now, or we just show
done.
ourselves out.
Yep. Kill the lights. I'm out.
Don't kill the lights that's when he comes.
I'm gonna expose these luxurious locks.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, the Bulls are kind of struggling in basketball. Lost a few in the
some
past.
big
what-
games too.
Yeah.
Like under the microscope.
They're still number
People were
one?
watching those
Yeah.
games.
They're still number 1 or 2?
Barely.
They're holding on to a very slim.
You know the
lead in
East, they got 3 good teams and the rest of them don't make the playoffs.
That's a good point.
It's them, the Bucks.
But we're
and
hoping
Duke.
the Bulls make it this
It's
year.
them, the Grizzlies, and the Bucks are top tier, right? Or the
The
Sixers.
Grizzlies are in the West, aren't they?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
the
Grizzlies are in the West.
The Hornets are good, right?
Yes, yeah.
They're
It's
average.
the
Well-
Miami, isn't it? Are they second?
Oh yeah, Memphis is high in the West. Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah.
what?
dude.
Isn't it
What
like
now?
the Heat? Aren't they?
Yeah.
Who's number
yeah,
2? I think it's the Heat.
Let me pull it up real
I
quick
think-
on my
no,
television.
you're right. Milwaukee's third.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably it.
First is the worst. Second is the
West.
best. Third is one.
The West is what's dominating, though. All of those teams out there are just trading spots, except for the Suns.
Yes.
The third is the one.
The
with
Suns
hairy
have
chest.
risen to the top, cream of the crop. Whoa, I'm dropping hot bars.
The
Scared me for a
cream
second.
rises to the top.
Scared
Yeah,
me
man.
For a second. Where do I see the rankings for the NBA? I'm clicking NBA on ESPN.
Go to
and it
Google
won't bring it
and
to me.
type in NBA
No.
standings.
Can't do
Yeah.
that. No sir.
Eastern Conference standings,
Can't do
Western Conference standings,
Found it.
shrimp gumbo.
Scrimp.
Let's get a picture of our logo. So
Chicago is number
hold it
1.
up whenever he's.
Yeah, dude.
27 to 15. Number 2,
Mm-hmm.
Miami, 28 and 16.
Yeah, Miami.
Number 3, Brooklyn.
Well,
27 and
Brooklyn.
16.
We forgot about
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Number 4, Cleveland, 27 and 18.
Meh.
Number 5, Milwaukee, 27 and 19. And number 6, Philadelphia, 25 and 18.
See,
And-
I would have expected them to
Charlotte's
be a
right
bigger
below them.
contender than they are, but they've had their struggles with getting
Yeah.
one of their star players to
Boston
put
sucks
on his jersey.
somehow. I don't know how Boston.
Kyrie.
No, but he's
Kyrie's
been
like, I'll put it
saucing.
on. You guys won't let me. I'll put it on.
He's been saucing.
No, I'm actually referring to Simmons, but that's funny. That's funny.
Boston sucks. I don't know how.
I say I knew who you were talking about. I
Well,
was just like,
Boston's rumored to be one of the people interested in the Simmons trade because they're still trying to work.
I don't
that
know how
deal
they're
out.
bad.
why would
They were
anyone
so
want
good.
Ben Simmons? Like he's not good.
3 years ago, they were a finals team with Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown.
I see the appeal, but at the same time, you're right. It doesn't seem like he wants to put in the work to work on the things that he needs to improve. in
You know,
order
like a jump shot
to take it to the next level or
or ball handling.
Oh my goodness, the West is stacked. Oh good heavens,
This thing.
they got 3 teams with 30 wins.
I'm about to lose the glasses. I think these things are
Phoenix
messing me up.
34 and 9.
Boom,
Golden State 32 and 12.
boom,
Memphis 31 and 15.
boom. Jai Morant, Devin Booker.
Memphis
and
hasn't been that good
Steph.
since they got Mike Conley and that other white tall dude, Mark Gasol,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gasol.
and Zach Randolph
Where's Gasol at?
or Rudolph.
Is he in Los Angeles?
Yeah,
Marc Gasol, yeah, he plays for the Lakers.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
They got all the old.
He's got a brother too that plays, doesn't he?
Pau Gasol,
He
yes.
retired.
I think he's free agent, retired.
or he's in the Asian League or something like that.
yeah.
Anyways, number 4, Utah 29 and 15. Boom.
See,
Dallas,
that's one that
25
you
and
sleep
19.
on all the time since 1998. You don't pay attention to him.
Or
Yeah, but
Denver.
that center
Never-
they have,
You don't pay attention to
he is
Denver
a
or
monster.
Utah. Denver's number 6.
Same
Dallas
with
is 5.
Denver. Their center that they have is a monster.
Oh yeah, Houston and OKC, very bottom.
Hey, what was that cat's name? You remember the Birdman? Chris.
Birdman,
Oh, the one with
Kristaps,
all the tattoos
Porzingis.
and had the wild hair.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
Yeah, it was Birdman. It was
Chris.
Anderson. Chris.
I don't remember his name. Where's he at
Birdman.
now? Is he gone? He's gone
Yeah,
from
he's
the
been
league?
gone for a while, man.
Well, I would say
you're showing your millennial age right now.
Yeah, I know, but
Hey,
he was still in the league. Well, okay, I guess that has been. Golly, that's been a long time.
Full
ago.
disclosure, we're playing.
Chris Anderson.
my-
He played for the Heat and the Cavaliers.
Chris
My,
Anderson.
my wife and I have started a franchise in NBA 2K. Well, whenever we were considering trades, we'll get these offers for these people who were all stars when you and I were, younger.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, that's a good trade. And then she looks at it and she's like, he's 36 years old. No.
Yeah, you're
Like, yeah, but he's a 3-time All-Star. And you look at it, it was
Back
like
in 90.
2011, 2012.
Yeah.
We want Russell
13.
Westbrook. He's 45, but he was amazing. He averaged triple-double back in Nam.
Okay, so you see what the problem is here, right?
Your hair,
Well, not just my hair.
because it's in your eyes.
But I'm always wearing a certain hat.
Yeah, making you feel a certain kind of way.
Hey, look at this. Look at these. Look at this. This is ridiculous. It's coming off my face, bro.
Shave it.
And the tan
Just
line.
go bald. Just
And the tan line from the hat.
hit the old military buzz cut and then clean shave. Do it. Buzz cut and clean shave.
Oh my gosh.
I'll do it with you. I'm basically there.
You want to do that? You do it yourself.
I'm
Boy. You know how
basically
long I've
there.
been growing this hair?
You know how long I've been growing this? Like a week.
Me too.
Scram.
All right. So obviously this show is going to be very freeform.
Absolutely, because I think we've talked through everything that we had talked about in the pre-show. So.
Yeah. So actually, I was going to talk a little bit about music, and I didn't realize I had heard this guy's music up until this week when C. Wayne is like, yo, you should listen to this guy. And I was like, I don't know who that is. He was like, it's country. I was like, I don't like it. And he was like, just listen to it. First song he plays, I was like, I love that song. I was like, I know that song. And he's like, yeah, that's who that is. I was like, oh, well, I didn't realize that. In that case, it's cool. So it's like soulful country.
It's like Johnny Cash.
No, it's like Tyler Childers.
I was thinking Tyler Childers.
Yeah, I would say it's like Tyler Childers more than anything. But it's kind of a soulful backwoods country, man.
Raspy.
It's good though. His name's Zach Bryan. And that's the song I just put up on my story to share this or whatever. It was Revival by Zach Bryan. And that, I mean, man, this dude's got
He's got a bunch
soul.
of good ones.
I will say this: his recording quality, like his first album he's put out, is
Not the
garbage.
Best. Not the
It's
best.
booty.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. He's got a great song that he like at the end of it he just stumbles over a bunch and like went ahead and like put it on the album. It'll be great. But it's called Condemned.
Oh, he's like crying.
Well, he's laughing.
Oh, it sounded like he's crying.
No, it's like his buddy started singing with him, so he started laughing.
Oh.
Either way, I just like, man, like you could have ended that song like 4 times and then you ended it like that. It's weird. Anyway, that's none of my business. But Kermit the Frog meme, none of my business.
Anyways.
But yeah, man. So, are you looking it up or
No, I'm looking at something else.
are you listening? Nah.
Yes.
He's
Nah,
like,
I
nah,
don't care.
nah. He's like, I want to let you know that
Think
I'm
about
not
dinner
into
tonight. You don't matter to me.
Isn't that obvious? I'm kidding.
Anyway, speaking of music, me and Lance got in a debacle. We didn't get a debacle because I pushed it off because I didn't want to talk about it with him. But Coldplay is a top 3 band.
What? Okay, Coldplay might be a top 3 band for you.
No, wrong.
Coldplay is
You're
not.
wrong, brother man.
Who out there right now is like, this is my top 3? Coldplay.
My mom.
That doesn't. Okay. All right, fine. Your mom.
Anyone that's in the Coldplay band.
They don't like their
Any
music.
woman that is 35 to 45 has a really good chance of liking Coldplay.
That's fair.
Because my mom's about to be 40. She's old.
I would say probably 40 to 45. It's a
Steve
little bit
Carell's
narrower.
character in The 40-Year-Old Virgin
Yes.
definitely listens to Coldplay.
Yeah.
Colby, yes. Love Coldplay. It's like Nickelback. Every song sounds the same, so they're all good.
No. They're
Yes.
all. I mean, like they all sound the same. You're right about that, but they're not all good.
I'll throw this one out to you. Journey.
No, stop talking. The door's right there.
I don't know. Journey has. I mean, they got.
They got
Wheel in the
biggest-
Sky.
Yeah,
They got,
that "Don't Stop Believing" is one of the biggest songs in the history.
That's the
of
only
songs.
one
If it
know.
wasn't so annoying, but I would say it probably wasn't when it first came out. But now,
It's been played out for so long, but I personally feel that way about a lot of Queen songs that you hear
Oh,
played on the
God.
radio.
I don't like
Yeah.
Queen. I like Bohemian Rhapsody, and that's it.
that's yeah.
I don't even like it that much.
But that's a stereotypical one to like.
yeah.
I like Somebody
This
to
one
Love.
you hear all the time. It's like Aerosmith. What's your favorite Aerosmith song?
Walk This Way or Don't Want to Miss a Thing.
Close my eyes.
Yeah. Like, man, did you see Steven Tyler's mouth open? He looked like a largemouth bass, dude.
He looks like the Rolling Stones
Beans
logo.
and toast. I'm a man.
Yeah, see, that's what I say every time he starts playing. I'm going to hide these from you so I don't get stabbed.
What? That was random.
Well, they were just sitting here and you kept touching them, so.
Holy.
No, he's listening to a Nickelback song today, and I was like, yeah, I'm a man. I eat beans and
I was
toast.
gonna say, were you singing along with him? Was it-
Yeah. Yeah, man. The
at
hair
this.
on my chest is 6 feet long.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a man. That's what all their songs sound
you
like.
remind me.
Of the fact that I am a man.
Yeah. Man,
Every one of them, dude. Like, I know that isn't the words in any of them, but that's the vibe he's putting out every time. Just in case you need to know, I'm a man.
Man gravy.
What?
Man.
With his manly beans and toast.
Get out.
With his man's toast and buns and beans.
Get out.
You done? You
His
done,
man
son? You
buns.
done?
His man beans and his man gravy.
Hey, you know what?
I should have labeled this episode "Enjoy the Chaos" because Jesus.
Yeah.
Chows. Enjoy the chows.
The
Y'all got it. When we
The chows. Get
I was
out,
playing
bro.
video games with Cameron, my stepbrother, and he has a little YouTube channel or whatever, and it's Chaos Gaming, but he didn't know how to say the word chaos, and me and Tyler spelled it, and he goes chows, and we're like,
no.
and you go to Butterfield, Van Buren.
Yeah, I know. My mom worked at the office in Butterfield.
He goes, it's Chows Gaming, and we're like, chows.
Fun fact, I guess, into the life of my mom.
It's
but
chaos, not chows. He's like,
Chows.
but it's spelled chows, and I was like, wrong. You're wrong. Oh, good heavens.
gotta keep that down. Look here. Chows.
Oh, heavens. Not him, too.
Yeah, I got ordered a chows. Tattooed on me.
Showing ink on Twitch.
Yeah.
Showing ink.
Yeah. I got one of those too, bro.
Oh, God, I can't roll it up. It's too tight.
I'm not going to take my shirt off because I look like a beluga whale.
Baby bug.
Baby shark, baby. Mommy shark. Anyways. Okay, you're about to mating call a blue whale up in here.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
All right. So, yeah, things and stuff. Anything
and
cool
things.
happened to you this week?
No, not really. I've been working from home.
No.
Nothing. I'm
Not at all.
the epitome of man.
Not at all. I've since last Thursday, I've been working exclusively from home. So I haven't even really been leaving my
Exclusive,
house.
huh? Is that HD?
It's just my entire team that I work with at my job.
Yeah.
Are all working remotely from home. So what's the point of me going in the office as well?
I like that. I wish I could do this job
You
from
tell
home.
the
but-
big man.
Well, I mean,
The
if
corporate man.
this was our job, I would do it from home. But no, this job out here in this jail, I spend my
Pounding
life pounding rocks. That's what I've been telling him all week. I'm like, no, but I'm stuck here in prison pounding
I
rocks.
have been pounding the rocks with a
Ankle
mallet and a
ball and
thingy.
chain.
Yeah,
Dragging a ball and
this
chain.
place, man, it's a soul crusher.
It is. It sucks
Like,
the life out
and
of
I
me.
say that like I hate my job. I don't. Like I like what I
Yeah.
do, but like this place, there are days that it will take your soul and it'll just chew it up and spit it out. It's like now you can have it.
But then there's days, nothing like laying a fat bead for someone to grind for 30 minutes at a time.
Bro. Okay, so
Oh, man.
check
Go
this
tell them
out.
what happened today, the bending situation.
Yeah, that's what I was about to do. Okay, so on this hotel that we're putting upstairs in, most of our stairs just run straight, like stairs do. But every great once in a while, engineers and architects get together and like, what can we do to make the fabricators hate their life? And they're like, we could change the size of the stairs midway through.
Bend them.
And it's like, well, how are we going to make it happen? It's like, just make that stair that bends for some reason. So basically, what happens is I have to. There's a lot of math involved. But so after you figure everything out on how long to cut these pieces of 10-inch channel iron, cut them, and then you have to go through, make all your marks on them at the right place where you cut out a notch in it, bend it on the correct pitch.
Like this. Bink.
Yeah, so instead of it running, down like
a
this
stair.
here, Okay, it does this.
Yeah, like a landing for you
Feel
to
me?
step
Okay.
onto.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
It's not the same.
Right.
Obviously.
So-
there's an arch in it that
Shouldn't be there.
Right, well, I mean, it's there.
Yeah,
so
it's present.
And it's not the first time we've done this, right? So, but it's been so long that I was like, I have no idea how to do this. So I called my uncle. So my 70,
Carry the
72-year-old
Carry-
uncle comes
Yeah.
down here
Yeah.
and is like, all right, well, yeah, let me show you how to do this. And proceeds to lay everything out on the floor and walking me through it. And okay, everything's good. So he's like, all right, let's make our marks. So we got everything figured out and we make our marks on this channel. I was like, okay, yeah, it should work. So bam, I take the torch, I notch it out, heat it, we bend it, tack it, bam, doesn't fit.
I mean, making it, he goes, it should be close enough. When we,
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
called
it's like
my
whether it's
measurement
not
wrong.
close.
Yeah, that's my whole. I was
He
like,
changed
bro,
the
it don't have
measurement.
to be perfect, homeboy. We can just.
He changed my measurement on there. I said, no, this one's at 3/4. He goes, we'll call it a quarter. And I was like, he was standing up looking down. He goes, I can't see it. What's it say, Colby? And I was like, 3/4. He goes, we'll call it a
I'll
quarter.
call it a quarter.
And
I was like,
"What?"
all right.
I'm looking at it.
We're talking a half inch there. But anyway, so we make our, and it doesn't fit quite right.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, we can notch it out a little more because that's what it needs to come up more. So we'll notch it a little bit more. Still doesn't get it. Well, where's that piece you cut out of it? And I was like, it's sitting over there on the floor, or, it was a hot piece of steel. That's where it dropped, He was like, all right, yeah. Go ahead and get that, cut this loose, straighten it back out, and put it back in. Bro, I don't know if you've ever cut anything with an acetylene torch, but it's not like you're cutting
Like
a
with
blade
scissors.
out of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
you're
not
blowing
using-
a quarter inch out
You're
of this
melting it.
thing.
You're
Yeah.
not using like metal snips or
Yeah.
anything.
So, like, there's half-inch gaps everywhere, and I'm like, well, time to prove that I know what I'm doing. So I go to laying down some fat beads, and I'm going to make Colby grind it all. So, that's what we did, and it was a pain, but it's straight-ish. And then we're going to notch it again tomorrow. We're going to remark it and notch it again tomorrow. So
Nice. So you're
I am
really looking forward to
super
that.
excited.
And it's probably going to
No wonder you were looking forward to doing this.
Yeah, that's my life, dude. That's the past few days is my life in summary. It's just, all right, do this. Well, that didn't work. Go back and redo it. All right. That piece you cut out? Shouldn't have done that.
I went to Houston, had a good time and stuff. Met a lot of people, met a lot of friends. And so I'm back here, and I haven't got Snapchat. And I have like their Snapchats, I'm just texting them, sending Snapchats, what people do. And so I Snapchat them. And here's her name. And she's like, Colby, you look like a man. And I was like, what the fuck was that supposed to mean? Like, did I look like a child before? And she didn't explain it. She's like, you just look-
Timestamp that one.
She's like, you just look like a man. And I was like, what does this mean? I'm befuddled. Befuddled means confused, if you didn't know.
I put it together.
Stopped
thank
in
you.
your tracks. I am befuddled. I was like, I'm offended.
He is bedussied.
Yeah. I'm closer to a pimp than Anyways.
You got him off track.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was like, I don't know how to take it a good or bad thing, so I said, thank you. I don't know what that meant.
Well,
I think it's because I didn't shave yet, man. And I had a little bit of the shadow, and it
Well,
was after work, so my
to
face
be
was
fair.
dirty. My face was dirty, so maybe it made me look older.
can I at least give my opinion on it? Like, I won't say anything just outrageous.
Yeah.
What? Okay, if let's pretend in an alternate universe you're not married and your tattooed girlfriend sends you a message and she's like, "Oh, you look like a man." What are you gonna think? Be like, "You're thirsty. All right, girl, I'll give you a little sip." You know what I mean? Just send something back. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, of course, with Colby, he's one of those now. He's trying to learn how to finesse things. So he'd be like, "Excuse me, ma'am, did I leave my boots under your bed?"
No, it's not like that. We're just friends. I've known her for like
10,
what
15
day is
minutes
it?
at least.
What day is it? It's the 19th. I've known her for 19 days. Well, her and multiple people. No, but she said, I don't know. I took it as a compliment. I don't know.
I think it was intended as a compliment.
And then she's like, well, because I never really looked at you before, because like we were hanging out. She wasn't just staring at me. That'd be weird.
Sorry, I was answering a thing on the chat, but
Am I talking to the ghost of Christmas past? Jesus. Oh my God.
sorry there, Scrooge. I did phase you out.
About to get shredded.
Look, man, I can't be the one responding to people because I can't keep track of anything.
Sheesh. No, but she said it, and I was like, "Thanks." I don't know whether to be offended or not, but thank you.
No, it wasn't like you look like a little boy before. It was
Yeah.
that was she wanted you to hit her back, give her a little sip. She's,
I don't think that's what it was. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just have overwhelming faith in you. You know what I mean? So,
And I have none.
I mean, the eyes look great.
He's not gonna make it.
yeah.
What?
Don't-
You gotta
okay,
make the
but
what?
here's the
The
deal.
abstinence?
If you're gonna
What's
say
that?
stuff like that, stop. If you're gonna say stuff like that, I'm gonna start giving descriptors. Okay.
Okay, my fault, G.
I like your cut, G.
Nice cut. Have y'all seen those? Okay, it started when I didn't start. I picked up when I was at Tech. So if you got a fresh cut, usually people I play basketball with,
Just with I get it.
I play pickup with, they go, "I like your cut, G." You wouldn't spit, but you'd blow, and you'd smack them as hard as you can in the back of the head, like not straight on, like up like this.
Hell no.
I'm ready to
Look,
fight.
I'll show you. It wasn't straight on. It was, "I like your cut, G," like up like that on the back of their head.
No, I'm ready
It
to
was
fight.
awesome.
I
I
would
did
be
it.
ready
You
to.
look like people messing with your hat.
I made this
telling
dude's
you,
back
bro.
of the head.
I don't like people messing with my head, just my face,
You know how
head, anything.
you can't really see sunburns.
Yeah.
I made his back of his head red.
I just realized what I walked into. Oh my
I
gosh.
said, "I like you, cut you."
So the whole first half of the show is just ridiculousness. It's just
Had to be done.
I
I said what I said.
said what I said. I did what I did.
We aren't the same.
Yeah, we know that. But I feel like I can give you guys more than anything. I'd tell you guys, but anyone else who does listen to the show, let them know why the show's been a little strange. I guess well, at least me, I've been real scatterbrained and everything, but most people who actually know me know I deal with depression pretty regularly. And I'm just kind of going through it right now, So don't get me wrong, I always look forward to being here.
Yeah.
But
But not being here. Like
yeah,
headspace, like you're just out.
yeah,
all the time.
yeah, exactly. Like I'm here, but I ain't here, and believe
like
me,
me
I
all the
want to
time.
be.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of where I'm at right now. Nothing's really all that wrong. Business is good, family's good, I'm good. But sometimes you just kind of get caught up in it, and you
Forget about yourself.
Yeah, you spiral the drain, and that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Going in circles around it. Yeah.
But either way, very soon, I'll climb up out of the pit and I'll dust myself off, and I'll be just fine again.
To
But,
fall right back in.
well, I mean
how it goes.
that does happen. But yeah, so a little explanation there. But I talked to you guys about this, all right? So because I've been going through this, I think about a lot of the other times that I've gone through this, right? So me being a Christian, I lean really heavy on my faith. And sometimes when you don't really know who to talk to, you're like, you want to talk to maybe like mom or dad, or you want to talk to your pastor or a friend. You know what I'm saying? But so here's the problem I keep running into. If I talk to, say, my pastor, now I have not talked to my pastor, okay? So I'm using this as an example. It's not towards him. But like if I talk to my pastor, right? You usually get this thing like, well, just have you prayed about it? Oh, heavens. As a Christian, I would have never thought to pray. Thank you so much. And I don't mean to sound any type of way about it, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, man, that's the first thing I did, and sometimes I think it's just like people kind of use God as a Band-Aid, You know what I mean? Like, we don't really want to know. Like, we want to tell you that we're praying for you and that we want good things for you, but ultimately we don't really care. Like, and I think I could respect that. I really do. I think if someone told me that, I'd be like, wow, all right, well, that sucks, but hey, I guess you were honest.
Yeah, thanks for telling me at least.
Yeah, you know, where instead it's like, well, we're praying for you. And I'm just like,
That's
are you?
5
though?
seconds in one day.
I was like, are you though? Like, are you? Like, I hate feeling that way because I know it. Man, anybody who's going to say that to you, man, take them at being sincere, right? It's a good thing to say to someone, especially if you're actually doing it. You know, it's great. But a lot of times that's just something people say, you know, and I don't know. So I pitched this idea to my church has a podcast. And so I pitched this, or I was wanting to pitch this idea. I contacted the person who's, you know, in charge of it or whatever. And I was telling them like, hey, I've got an idea. Just reach out to me and maybe we can, you know, talk about it. And basically all it was I wanted to talk about the fact that Christians still struggle. You know what I mean? Like with mental health and things like that. Because like, once again, I think sometimes we use God as a Band-Aid. You know, people just like, well, you know, just keep praying, whatever. They should be saying, hey, you know, maybe you should talk to somebody. Maybe you should get some help.
That's what therapists are for.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we believe if you're a Christian, you believe that there's divine appointments, you know, that God put people in your lives for a reason, that kind of stuff. Well, therapists are people, you know, doctors are people. But you know, that's just kind of where I've been at with my head. I don't know, man. I'm in a funk, and I'll get out of it. Like I said, eventually I'll get out of it. You guys help me a lot. You don't really mean to, especially see when he don't mean to at all. Like he is.
I'm kidding.
But I mean, you guys do help me a lot. I look forward to doing this, even whenever my head's not in it, like it is tonight, and honestly last week too. You know,
It's still an escape.
yeah, exactly. And it's a time that I can. Honestly, it's a time that like the noise stops, and I don't know, man. I just figured I owed you guys an explanation more than anything because Brandon over here staring at me like, bro, if you keep doing this, I'm out, bro. This place, you suck. but at least I'm letting you know. You know, I mean, hey, there is a reason, and I'll do my best to cowboy up, I guess, and you know, knock it off.
There's no space for men to be like this. Come on now, you know that.
Hey, but okay, but and I know you're joking. I know you're joking, but that's a fair point. Okay, at least from my perspective, that's a fair point.
And our audience does tend to, you know, typically guys.
Right. So, like, women, children, dogs. Women, children, and dogs are the only things on this earth that are loved unconditionally.
For being just them.
Yeah, just for being them. A man, in most cases, is loved in accordance to what he provides. You know, and please understand that that's not me taking a swing at where you gold diggers. That's not what I'm getting at. Believe me, my wife would not be married to me if she was a gold digger. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like sometimes, and we're the problem. Honestly, guys are the problem because there is that old stigma that, you know, just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're 21, and you were taught that. You know, just suck it up, buttercup, get after it.
Yeah.
You're talking about your feelings. Were you some kind of broad? You know, I mean, and that's a really your favorite word in the world, man. That's a really toxic way of looking at things.
Stay toxic.
Yeah.
No, not really. In some situations, I condone full toxicity.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Full toxicity.
All right. Well, but still,
Therapy.
Hey, I got the mic. But all I'm saying is like, and I'm not even necessarily talking about anyone in particular, not me, not y'all, nothing like that. I'm just trying to say that there are plenty of times that a man will get home after a day at work and then do a lot of things around the house, but not do that one thing. And that one thing is what gets noticed, right?
Yeah.
And that's frustrating. It is. Every guy's been through it.
Yeah, the bad always got to outweigh the good.
Right. And at some point, like I think in everyone's life, and I'm talking to myself right here, you gotta flush out all this negativity. And that's me, bro. I am the most negative human being. I didn't used to be. I just didn't. I didn't used to be this way.
Up. It just happens.
Yeah, and over time of pretty much doing the man thing, like where you're like, I'm going to take all my feelings, I'm going to keep them right here, and then one day I'll die.
Sounds good to me.
What's wrong with that?
Right, exactly, right. But at the same time, what that starts causing is like what I've kind of thought to myself is like I am starting to have small versions of like mental breakdowns. Mm-hmm. And like, that's scary, dude. Yeah. Like, thanks for tuning in. You're gonna be. I'm bearing my soul to everyone today, but it's scary, bro, because you start having thoughts that are just like crazy. They don't make any sense, and you're like, that's the way it is, I mean, and you might lob accusations at somebody that ain't real. You might have thoughts about hurting yourself or others, There's all kinds of things that can happen. What I call these mini meltdowns or mental breakdowns, smaller versions of it, because you can usually snap back to your senses. But I've noticed myself starting to go through that, and I'm like, bro, I've got to do something. I've got to figure something out before I just lose it completely. So yeah, I mean, like I've felt pretty crazy for the past week. I'm like, oh, this is good. I look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, you're a crazy person. That's great. When people think crazy, they're going to see you.
I get it. I totally relate. I feel the same way. I often find myself doing that same exact thing, and then I catch myself, and it's like, what are you doing? You gotta set a role. Be a role model for your son.
Exactly.
Set an example.
What we're talking
Be better.
about.
Yeah, I mean that's just
There's
it.
no room for error.
Sure,
That's
a good point, man. It's a really good point. It's like there just seems to be very little room for error. Is a good way of putting that.
The margins are definitely bipolar, or not bipolar. That's not a good word.
Well, no, I mean, no, it works. You're just meaning they're like polar opposites. Yeah. Technically, that is bipolar. You're correct.
Yeah, I mean, technicality, I did do that correct.
On a technicality, you got it. You got a problem over there, or is everything good?
Oh, we're good.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, hell, I guess I'm just going to say, like, if you're hearing this right now, man, and you want to talk, shoot me a message, you know what I mean? I'd rather hear your story than read your obituary, So.
Hey, we're all about promoting good mental health.
Yeah, man, especially from at least, honestly, I know both you guys well enough to say there's 3 dudes here right now that deal with mental health issues,
But stay toxic, but mental health, be healthy.
Oh, God. Yeah. You're a walking contradiction.
I condone toxicity to a certain level.
You have the moral backbone of a jellyfish.
No, I don't. I stand for what I believe. My toxicity is not at everyone for any reason. There's very specific reasons for toxicity.
Sure.
In my life.
Sure.
And I condone them pridefully.
Well, I would say...
Maybe not toxic like gaslighting a relationship. That's not what I mean by toxic. Toxic can be seen as, you actually... Like, some people think it's toxic for a guy to break down and to talk about his feelings.
Sure.
I've been told that's a toxic trait. For me to consider my emotions a factor.
Hey, let me tell you something. If you're ever with somebody who doesn't want you to feel the way you feel, you shouldn't be with that person.
Doesn't want you to feel the good side of a relationship? Yeah. Toxic.
Sounds like it.
Cat. C-A-P.
God. What you got going on, brother?
What's happening, money man?
Nothing. My mic just seems a little low. That's all. It's not important. I mean, it's the end of the show.
Well, I mean, yeah. All right, fair enough. But anyway, we'll get off that, and we'll end with something that we can at least, I mean, I guess celebrate. I don't know. It's lighter hearted than that.
Arkansas baseball's coming up.
Arkansas baseball is coming.
Call them hogs.
Awesome.
But no, let's talk about. Okay, so the Supreme Court blocked the OSHA mandate, which I was like, wow. All right, that's
They did
great.
it in record time too. That was really
Roll
fast.
Tide.
Yeah, and I understand that everything now is political. You can't go to Taco Bell without it being a political statement. You know what I'm saying?
You ordered it without beans.
Why don't you want the beans, Trumper? And I'm like, what?
My goodness.
I just don't like refried
Well,
beans.
can I have extra sour cream? Oh, so you voted for Biden.
Yeah. You're like, I don't know what any of that means, but okay. But the point is, everything is politicized and stuff like that. So your earphones got turned down, is what it was. Okay, fair enough. Okay,
That's humor.
there we go. All right.
Sheesh.
Hey, check out the big brain on Brandon.
Big brain.
Well, it's still not registering my voice very loud, but I don't talk very loud. I think
Right.
that's really what it is.
Well, maybe so, but
Because whenever I talk a little bit louder, it's a little bit higher.
Makes sense to me. If you run an engine fast, it's going to work it.
okay. We'll get into that too. But first off, let's talk about this OSHA thing. So the Supreme Court blocked it, which honestly, it was an unconstitutional mandate. So the Supreme Court did their job. I don't
pretty
care.
quick and easy.
Yeah, I would say I don't care what side of the political aisle you're on. I don't care where you stand on masks and vaccines and all that crap. I just don't care. I don't care. Hey, do you want to tell me your opinion? This is the one time I'll tell you I don't care. I just don't. I don't care about any of it. You want to get vaxxed? Awesome. You don't want to get vaxxed? Awesome. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think I care?
A little.
All right, fair enough. So anyway, I guess the big thing is now for you, since we talked about it last week or the week before or
We
whatever.
did a whole friggin' show about it.
Yeah.
Get vaccinated, man. I still.
So
if I
okay,
work
but my
in the
question.
office, I don't have to.
Okay.
I don't have to wear a mask, get vaccinated, none of those weekly tests. But since I'm traveling from different job sites that are owned by people, it's
Private companies.
It's their rules.
Okay.
So if they want me to have a mask or vaccinated, I
It's the
have
same
to.
thing now as like going to Lowe's or
So
something, and
for
they're
me,
like, "Hey, man, you got to wear a mask."
the
Okay,
OSHA
put a mask on.
the
Yeah, I mean, we deal with the same thing with the company I work for, the truck drivers.
Right.
It's the shipper or wherever they're arriving.
Mm-hmm.
They have to follow whatever
Right.
rules are there. I just
Yeah.
have to. It makes sense.
Yeah, I would say, but once again, even if everything stays in place the exact same way for you as what it was before, so be it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So be it. As long as it's not the government putting their thumb on you saying you will do this, you got to wear the mask, you stupid sheep.
You swine. You uncultured swine. Yeah, it only.
Oh my gosh, that hurt my voice to stop.
It would only told you it's bad for your throat.
Yeah.
It only,
Making that voice.
it only applies if I was in the office. That's the OSHA thing makes a difference.
I got myself choked up. I'm sorry. I'm sitting over here trying to die right now.
The electricity, the engine's running.
Yeah,
You press
okay.
down on the gas, it makes your engine work harder.
Okay.
Your acceleration goes up. You don't want that.
So I've had an issue with a piece of equipment here at the shop. All right. And it has a contactor on it, which is essentially is a breaker that flips if it starts drawing too much power to keep the engine from, the electric motor from overheating and burning up. So it trips, it shuts down, all this stuff, right? So it just constantly kept doing it. So I call an electrician, and I'm like, yo, I need to know what the problem is. So a friend of mine who is an electrician, he came out and checked it, said, oh, yeah, this thing needs to be on its own designated circuit. Okay. You could have told me it needed anything, and I would have been like, all right. I don't know, whatever. So he fixes it, and then we come back on Monday after he fixed it, and it's not fixed. But then he did let me know that it was operator error.
What a dick.
Yeah, I was like, okay, well, I've been running it the same way for 3 years. Well, it's not made to cut this. It's not made to cut.
Metal.
Yeah. I was like, no, that is specifically what this saw is made for. That's why I paid $14,000 for it. Oh, well, then you're doing this wrong. And I was like going through a long list of stuff I was doing wrong and everything. I was like, all right, well, I mean, maybe he's right. And, come to find out, I guess he was because it's been working pretty good now. But, yeah, that was it's not as amusing of a story because to truly appreciate it, you have to know the guy.
You had to be in the moment too, though.
Yeah.
The electricity, it's just. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
getting to the
Okay.
machine.
His voice or the volume of his voice kind of fluctuates a
It
lot
kind of
when he
spikes mid-sentence.
There's a lot of truth to that.
I
There is a lot of
lost
truth
it.
to that.
Where he's basically
Right.
saying the machine is meant to cut styrofoam, and if you run the engine the motor, if you run the blade too fast, it works the engine, and you do not want that.
The point that Colby's trying to make is that this, once again, this dude's a good dude, solid guy, but he does repeat himself a lot, and yeah. So I don't know. When you say it out loud, it's not nearly as humorous.
Oh, it was way better in the moment.
Yeah, I would say
Or
that's one of those you would have had to been there things.
or
I
the day
guess.
One of
Oh,
the things
yeah.
you got to be there to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like most of the stuff on here. You just had to be there.
Should have seen it in color. Yeah, there we go.
Good song.
Knew I could get him on that one.
It's a good. How'd you know?
Every
huh?
time.
How'd you know?
I didn't.
You did.
I
Know.
did.
You knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
You knew I could get him on. Of course you did. Of course you did.
I know you.
Johnny.
Hey, did you tell him about that TikTok video though? Did you send him what Deadly Hill is the?
The,
Yeah.
the rain, man.
Yeah.
No, I'll send it in the group chat though. It's so
Gravy make a splash like Pip and and that's nothing.
No, you got to read the text for it. It's
Oh,
so
yeah,
funny.
it's ridiculous.
Just remember, we aren't the same. And every time we've said that today, we're referring to that video.
Yeah, pretty much.
We aren't the same, Brandon. I'm here, and you're here. We aren't.
Yeah,
the
after
same.
we get done recording, we'll let you see.
or
the
stay
video,
toxic. That goes to it too.
Yeah.
we aren't the same. Let's just
Okay.
say you're in her DMs.
but- Okay. All right. You got anything else, dude? You want to talk about
We
anything?
covered OSHA.
Yeah, we talked about the OSHA thing. We talked about some stuff that people are going to listen to and be like, "That's not funny," and I'll be like, well,
If you're in the moment, it's hilarious.
yeah." I say you should have been there. Like we weren't. You
we laugh
idiot.
about it every day.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're gonna say I'm wrong when I leave, but
There's a lot of that being said too. I was like, bro, I can't say it if you don't leave.
yeah, bro, come on, man, come on. Don't beat the dead bush. You can't.
That's not a saying.
That is.
No, beating around the bush is a saying, and beating a dead horse is a saying, but beating a dead bush.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
That's a real saying. Yes, very good. You know what? Hey, so thank you guys for listening to the podcast again. Hopefully, you have a little bit of clarity on what's the issue and why things aren't flowing very well. A mixture between my headspace and us really trying to figure out how to make everything work the right way so that you guys can enjoy and all that good stuff. But anyway, love you guys. Thanks for listening. BT, C. Wayne, Hoot, good night.